Hello everyone, I'm Joe Hoskins. I'm here to do a lesson plan, a context clue lesson plan. I don't have a classroom. I don't have students. My wife's busy. I don't have a dog or cat, so I'm flying solo. So I will go over the lesson plan that I wrote the best that I can. The content area, we're decoding words and we're doing a second grade level. The curriculum standards is South Carolina Standard Principles of Reading, Standard 10.1, using context to determine the meaning of words and phrases. The lesson objective. Students will be able to use pictures and context clues to figure out unknown words in 4 out of 5 attempts on assessment at the end of the lesson. Pre-skills. The pre-skills are they're reading all at a particular grade level, but what we're requiring them to do is prior to the lesson is pick out a book that's above grade level. And we get into materials. That's what they're going to pick out, a book above grade level, to where there's some words that they won't know, and that's what we're going to use to teach them the context clues. The setup and hook. We're going to question the students. Have you ever come across a word that you didn't know the meaning of when reading? What did you do? How did you try to figure it out? How did it make you feel when you're reading something interesting and all of a sudden you don't know a key word that helps explain what's going on in the story? And then tell them, today we're going to learn some context clues that will help you in decoding new words. Okay, we start out the lesson. We explain to the students that we use different kind of clues to figure out unknown words, and we need to think about what would make sense. Sometimes we can look at pictures and think about similar words, and so we're going to have them take out their book, and we're going to have them read until they get the word they don't know, and then the teacher is going to have an example for them. And the example I'm going to use is from the book, The Moon in My Room. It's something very simple, very easy that they can understand, and show them before they see the picture. I brush my blank before going to bed. And before they see the picture, I ask them, what word do you think might fill in? If we didn't know the word that was there, the meaning of it, what other word can we think of? They might say teeth, they might say hair, or other things, but then I said, well, okay, we got one more clue we can look at. Let's look at the picture. And when they look at the picture, it's pretty obvious he's brushing his teeth. So I give them an example of how to think through it. You know, think of the sentence and what word would work there that might be similar to the word that they don't know, and then look at the pictures that they really help them clue in on what the word would be. So after I give them the example and model the skill, then they're going to do it with themselves. So we're going to, and it's very important as they're doing that the teacher circulate the room and listen to their examples and have them raise their hands and have an assistant go through the room where each of them can work through one word with guided instruction from the teacher or the assistant. And so we feel very confident that, you know, they're on the right track. They understand what we're trying to do. And then we get into guided practice / independent working time. We're going to have the students pair up with a partner, and the first person is going to start to read till they get to the word they don't know. And when they get to the word, they're going to stop and use context clues that we talked about. Look at the pictures, what word might go in there, and figure it out. And the students are going to each do a word. They're going to switch turns, but it's very important also that the teachers are circulating the room. Students, if they get stuck, are raising their hand, and that we feel very certain that they understand it. If they have a problem with one word, we work through it with them, and then they do another one until they can do it on their own and feel like they have grasped the proper strategy. So then, after we have them do that independent working time, going to have an assessment for them. And what this is, it's going to be, I don't have it in front of me, but 5 pictures of situations and then a sentence underneath it with a word blanked out, and actually give them 3 words that could fit in, and they have to fill out the correct word. And with the assessment, we're expecting them to get at least 4 out of 5 on that we know that they've attained the skill of being able to use context clues to decipher meaning of words. Then to summarize, we're going to have the students raise their hands and share some of the words in their stories that they didn't know, and how they use the context clues to figure out what that word was and what the meaning of that word was. So we're going to get a lot of input from the students, from the different words they use and how they figured them out. And then I'll reinforce, the teacher will reinforce the strategies, and just explain that this can help them in their not only their future reading, it can help them in conversations. When someone uses a word that they don't understand, they can use similar context clues to come up with the meaning of the word. Anyway, that's the lesson plan that I came up with. I'm sure, after teaching it can be adapted and adjusted, but that's what I have for now. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.